Interesting video, guys, today. New earthquake swarm and new study that tells us where the magma is. And we have to be aware here at Campi Flegrei, the seismicity that we're seeing here with the earthquakes is generated by the same source that generates the ground uplift, and that continues with 2 centimeters per month. So the ground uplift is like a manometer that measures the internal pressure of the system, and the internal pressure is rising. So as the ground level rises, it indicates that the internal pressure also rises, but also this internal pressure is fracturing the rocks because it's expanding the area, and it's reaching a point where the elasticity of the rocks is not there anymore. They break and they generate the earthquakes. And that's why these earthquakes that we're seeing here basically continuously tell us a story. And also, scientists have said it a few months ago, if the ground uplift continues, which it does, we could expect ever increasing seismicity with magnitudes that could even reach magnitude 5 in terms of energy, over 10 times stronger than, way over 10 times stronger than the 4.6 earthquake that we just had there. So let's have a look at the current earthquakes, and what especially is worrying me is the epicenter of the magnitude 2.7, the largest so far in this earthquake swarm. We will get to that because this is crucial for the evacuation plans that they have. You'll understand if you see the location. But let's have a look at where the earthquakes are. And where does one earthquake swarm end? Where does the next one begin? If we look at here, basically, there have been earthquakes on the 20th of April, 21st, 22nd, one day break, 24th, and then it basically since the 24th into the 25th. And we have seen on the 24th, 1.8, 1.4, 1.8, 2.0, 2.1, 1.6. So they remain in the higher ranges for that volcanic activity, guys. I get these comments so often, well, calm down, this is fear-mongering, this is not even a 6 or a 7. We won't see 6 or 7 with a volcano. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that this is significant for Campi Flegrei. By the way, if you haven't followed, please follow and leave this video a like. So let's have a look at April 25th, the magnitude 2.7. This is quite high. And then it was followed by a 1.0, 1.0, 1.4. So something is going on, and it's been in the higher ranges on the 24th and the 25th. And there have been way more earthquakes than this. I'm only showing you the bigger ones. But let's have a look at the location of the 2.7. You see in this map, Pozzuoli, and you see the Solfatara, and then that blue dot is the epicenter. And it's a little bit northwest of the Solfatara. This is normal in that area, but I see epicenters very often underneath this red line there that is called Tangenziale di Napoli. That is the major highway that they want to use as an escape route. So everyone needs to come from south up north to the Tangenziale to get out through that highway. So we've seen these higher epicenters right underneath the highway, and we have seen pictures what higher earthquakes can do to roads. There's lots of bridges at the Tangenziale, and if they collapse, or if even just the pavement cracks and there's a height difference, it's over with their evacuation plan. Yeah, they want to retrofit the highway. It'll take till 2027 almost. And when we've had that strong earthquake, the 4.6, the director of the Vesuvius Observatory had problems to get to his office because he was using the Tangenziale di Napoli to get to his office, and it was closed because of road work. So had that 4.6 been a little larger and the road had so much barriers and closures, would also have been super, super bad. So I really do not like where this epicenter is located, and especially not in light of that new study that just came out. It confirms high fluid dynamics at a very shallow depth. So what does that mean? What am I talking about? So the INGV and researchers from the INGV have looked at Campi Flegrei, the supervolcano, again at the caldera. And they have conducted studies that lasted from 2020 to 2022 and 23 to 24. And they have generated computer models of the subsurface of Campi Flegrei, and they have compared them. And how did they get these images? They were using or studying the behavior of thousands of earthquakes, the wave behavior, how they travel through the ground, because that helps them to see where is something, where is a body, where the waves travel differently through. So the first anomaly that they saw is caused by an increased P wave velocity at a depth of only 3 to 4 kilometers. And we've already seen a study last year that said, guys, the magma chamber is at a depth of 3.9 kilometers. So not far to travel to the surface. And where is this? What they found underneath Pozzuoli. Are we surprised about that? No, this is the area where we have the highest land rise and most of the epicenters of these earthquakes. They center around Pozzuoli. And also it's underneath Pozzuoli, and it goes into the adjacent sea, the Gulf of Pozzuoli there, into the water, because Campi Flegrei, the supervolcano, stretches into the water. And then they found a second one. We have never talked about this one. A second one that they detected because the S wave velocity was increased at a depth, and now it comes off approximately only 2 kilometers underneath the Solfatara crater, the Solfatara Peschiarelli fumarolic area, where we have these fumaroles, these hot steam vents coming out. And this is also the center where most of the earthquakes are located, in the Solfatara Pozzuoli area. So these anomalies are related, as I said at the beginning, to this observed ground uplift and to this increase in seismicity, to this increase in these earthquake swarms that tend to have higher magnitudes now. And another thing that is concerning is that this study confirms, guys, that there's high dynamics in this area. This is not sleeping, this is not stagnant. So when they compared these two data sets, they found high dynamics in the area. So that anomaly that they found at 3 to 4 kilometers depth, can they say for sure it's a magma chamber, or what is it? It, in their opinion, could be either a moderate magmatic intrusion coming up, forming a magma bubble underneath that also contains fluids, or the accumulation of very dense fluids such as high pressure water or gases. So they don't know, but we do have other studies that really confirm that magma was ascending from about 6 to 8 kilometers to the 3.9 kilometers in depth. I've reported about this in lots of video. So this new study basically confirms the older findings, in my opinion. There is something going on. They can't tell exactly what, but what is concerning is that there's changes in between the two data sets. It's active and it's getting more active. So we have over 40 earthquakes and tremors since the 24th, on the 24th till the 26th. And this reflects what that study says, that it's very dynamic underneath Campi Flegrei. And the residents are so done with this. They have called for help from the government. They said, we're on the edge. We can't take this any longer because it's basically constantly trembling. They're constantly worried that their homes might collapse. By the way, check out my video in Turkey. People were jumping out of their multi-story homes because they were worried they might collapse. So this is crazy. Then we have the scientists that are saying, we could see an eruption. We can't rule that out. And there's absolutely nothing that would point towards a de-escalation of the situation. No, it's actually the opposite, guys. So this was my update for today. I hope you liked it. Leave this video a like if you want to support the channel any further, guys. I have a buy me a coffee site where you can buy me coffees, and this supports my animals and the farm. And thanks for the supers you're giving me here on YouTube. And if you want to support the channel with a monthly membership, you get something in return, like behind the scenes videos and stuff that's going on in my private life. So check the links in the description underneath the video here. And I hope to see you in the next one, because you should really check out what's going on in the end screen here. Interesting videos. So I hope you're all doing great. Spring is around the corner in most of the places where I know you are sitting and watching my videos. So I hope you're doing great. I hope you're enjoying sunshine, and until the next one, guys, see you. Bye bye.